summit is to make sure that we build a relationship between West African SMEs and the SMEs in UK and Europe as a whole.
Let's talk about the challenges. It's about solutions and then implementing those solutions.
But definitely, we don't limit ourselves to only UK stakeholders. Part of our job is to liaise with the Nigerian and Greek stakeholders and hunt more for UK opportunities for UK entities.
Is how digital or digitization is affecting the whole industry of agriculture.
Now, if you cannot get that regular supply, you're never going to get that kind of deal with.
But the key thing is consistency and to keep the standards.
Making sure that we move away from just agriculture and import and infuse the principle of agribusiness into it.
Wide area of innovation to use functional molecules of food byproducts to be used as biostimulants.
Farmers, producers would be able to get together and get the production up to standard, then market access can most probably be achieved.
We are looking at international market. People who are not of the same culture with us. So we need to do what? Try to learn from the principles, play by the rules.
And help auditors, inspectors and NGOs on the ground on how they have to calculate the living wage gap so that the retailer can help to close the gap.
Where you start and at what level, or how long you stay on a certain level, that should be agreed with the business partner.
But what all of our partners are saying to us very strongly is we need you to continue to be the gold standard, the high bar ethical partner that we need, not just as a brand, but right through the supply chain.
The first obstacle is how organized are these farmers? How sustainable are the groups where they exist? And how business ready are these groups?
We're going to see more connectivity between trade policy and aid policy. And I think we're going to see more aid programs that will be targeted specifically at African businesses.
These commissions, they are working on the IFU methods, the IFU recommendations, and to produce best practice guidelines.
Through the use of technology, you can attribute, ownership along the whole value chain of, the supply chain of any produce.
The next 9 years are actually going to be about mitigating and adapting to climate change, and we need all hands on deck in this area.
We're not in every local government like the commercial bank door, but we leverage on their network and reach out to these women and youth in our rural community so that they can have access to funding that are very low in the interest. The pricings are low, and then we also encourage long term.
Another gap is seen in the share of employment in agriculture, where men have more participation than women.
It's very important to have a necessary volume of byproducts or even fruits or vegetables in order to make it feasible not only from the technical point of view, but also from the economical aspects.
The values need to be added to the young ones at a very early stage. We feel if they are enlightened and they are able to grow up with that belief, that feeling that we could achieve anything, we could make this a better place, we could make all these conditions better, it becomes a lot easier to do that.
Because with action research, you're really able to stratify and identify the groups that are most relevant in relation to the process that you're dealing with. And then you try and understand the diversity within that group and make sure that your sample reflects that diversity.
But what is happening just now will be probably what sets the scene for what will be the world like in 2050. So this is why we stay very close on the development of environmental sustainability.
But not only conserving biodiversity, but also making farming part of the solution in order to have future-proof farms.
A lot of those legislations and standards are reflected in the form of compliance criteria,
and can be seen as a prerequisite for market access.
Future, we say we must focus in food safety. That is one of the principles of the sustainability. In people, of course, in processes.
And we do agree that this shift towards this digital marketplace is likely to be successful in the context of a strong and resilient market ecosystem that's made up of diverse actors engaged in trusted relationships and partnerships.